put the sling in the couch and we got couching with Koel. So today I've been styled by none other than the sexiest man in the industry, Mr. Arjun Rampal, who has also been on a break just like me. We're meeting after a while. I've stolen his glasses. He's serenading me, but he insists that he needs his glasses back to play. Do you?
Yeah, and then I feel like the real rock star.
Okay, so let me feel like a rock star a bit. You know, I'm wearing Arjun's glasses. Chal. This is since Rock On, right?
These are these chords that I just know that I can sing.
What else do you know? Yeah, I'll give you your glasses so you can be the... you can really be the rock star.
Oh, you're looking good in them. I'll wear them later. Come on.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, so back to the guitar now. I'm going to be learning to jam a lot more. And Farhan's been doing wonderfully, you know. He's just been going on these tours and he's really kept the spirit of rock on alive. And he definitely wants me to join him in some of the tours and concerts. And he wants me to actually play a few tracks. As
opposed to just standing there and feeling like the rock star,
guitaring.
Right? Yeah, and singing.
Which is great.
How's your singing voice? I've forgotten.
I only sing with my kids.
Your kids who are all grown up now.
And who sing really, really well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then that's when I know I should stop.
Let's talk about your kids for 1 second. Now, Mahika has just turned
into a teenager.
Is that a scary time?
Yeah, it's, you know, the shorts get shorter and the dresses get shorter and everything starts getting short. And I'm like, you know, you can.
And her legs get longer because she's really like gorgeous.
And you're growing up and you say, you know, you need bigger clothes and, you know, you need... now she started going out with her friends, you know, having sleepovers and
okay, let's leave that for a second. Let's talk about your break. Now, you've actually been away from our screens for almost 2 years now.
Not
like 2013, your D-Day and Satyagraha.
Yeah.
Now it's almost 15. Okay, so end of 2000.
So about a year.
Yeah. That's quite a long time for an actor. Don't you like feel in this industry that, you know, the insecurity of you got to be on screens because memories are short and you can become obscure?
Well, you just answered it, you know, in your question. You said insecurities. I'm not. I don't feel insecure about anything. I had a really wonderful time working on 3 back-to-back films. And I knew my next film would be Roy. And the script wasn't really completely ready, and I had to spend a lot of time to work on that. So I think it's good for actors to take a step back, you know, relax, chill.
What did you do in your break that was apart from...
Well, I've worked on 3 other scripts, so now I've got 4...
So that's not really a break.
Yeah, so exactly. So, you know, you're not on screen, so people think that you're not working. But even when you're not working, you are working because there's lots that's happening. Now I have 4 films coming out, you know, which I'll be going into shooting.
But you know what I'm asking, Arjun, is that what do you do in a break that's recharging you? Like you talk about exhaustion, right? And in this industry, there's burnout. Like, what are you doing that's refilling you?
When you're reading, it's different, right? When you are discussing some things, it's different because they're new ideas. I think what's refreshing is to go in there and try to look for something new to do. And the minute you start finding that, you automatically start getting charged up again. The physicality of it is that you let go, you relax, you eat everything that you want to eat, you know, you go and
Please, does he look like he eats everything he wants to eat? You're like...
That's the beard.
No.
It is.
No.
It is.
Even if you remove... You've become really chiseled, really skinny. You're anyway, you know, not the big...
Actually, I'm preparing for this other part, where I have to play this part of... it's a film called Daddy, which is based on Arun Gowli. And Arun Gowli was really, really thin. So...
And you're going to lose 7 more kilos?
Trying.
From where? Like,
there is enough.
Okay, so coming back to work.
Right now, touch wood, there was a time in my life when, yes, this insecurity that you speak about, and I think it comes in any actor's life, where it does creep in and you end up doing a film for the wrong reasons. You got to pay the bills, you got to do, you know, all of that, and so you end up doing a movie for that, you know, and you say, okay, and then when you see yourself on screen and you're like, oh no, why did I do that? And touch wood, by the grace of God, I'm not in that situation and position, and I have the luxury to really take that break. Great! You know?
Let's come
he
to
has
Roy.
a voice!
He has a voice. Let's come to Roy quickly. Roy is a slick-looking film. How much do you have as an actor, as a, you know, you've been a producer before, how much input do you have in the look and feel, and especially with the first-time director?
Well, you know, filmmaking is not about just one person. Filmmaking is a collaborated, you know, effort. Of course, the main vision was Vikramjit Singh's, and it's a really long name, so we'll call him Vicky. He had a lot of stuff that he'd written. He'd overwritten a script, and I found the premise really, really, really interesting.
So what is
exciting.
the premise? Because obviously the trailers are there to kind of intrigue our curiosity, but not giving too much away. So what is the premise that you can give us without being a spoiler?
I hope I'm not a spoiler, but it's basically I'm a filmmaker who is doing a franchise. So I've done Guns 1, Guns 2, and I'm going to do Guns 3. But I don't have a script, but I have all the money in the world. He lands up in Malaysia, and he's hit a writer's block. And he meets this girl, Aisha Amir, who is Jacqueline, who is your typical, you know, perfect filmmakers, you know, who want to make a film for the festivals, who want to go down that route. So she has a beautiful script, but no money. Okay, to make it.
Filmmaker. I like how you put them in that category,
Okay.
right?
No, she is perfect. You know, on every aspect, she does yoga, hugs trees, and we meet. Something happens, and boom, inspiration kicks in, and he starts to write again, and Roy appears, and Roy comes into their lives, who is Ranbir, and creates havoc in there, you know. And so that's really what the film is. What Ranbir says in the promo is the best way to define it, that we all are thieves. He says, हर इंसान दूसरे की जिंदगी चुरा के जीना चाहता है, वो फितरत है हमारी, और मैं तो हूँ ही चोर. That is what it is. But it also is the lovely message is that whenever you get into in any kind of trouble, the only person who can get you out of trouble is yourself. So to be true to your heart.
So if you had to steal someone else's life, for instance, right? I know it's the I'm twisting it around completely out of context.
I keep stealing them.
Well, whose life? Not in acting.
I keep stealing them. I'm a thief.
Whose life would you steal? Whose life? No, really.
I'm stealing everybody's lives.
Whose life are you stealing right now?
Yours.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you never know. Next movie, I'm in drag, sitting on a red couch.
I'm waiting for that movie. That's going to be a super hit. So Ranbir Kapoor in this film is playing Roy, but he's a cameo.
No, I don't know where this comes from. You know, I mean, this is what I mean. People speculate and create a lot of stories.
It comes from him not being around so much.
Well, he's shooting for Jagga Jasoos. He's just come back. You know, he's shooting for something else. He has given a certain amount of days of the film.
So forget that. He's not. He's not a cameo.
Not playing a
he's
cameo.
not playing a cameo.
It's not.
Okay, he's not. He's good in the film.
He's Roy. He's absolutely brilliant, incredible. I mean, Ranbir is a complete man in this film. It's a guy. You know, every guy is going to be like, wow, that's the kind of guy I want to be.
Including you.
Yeah, including me. Including me. Trust me. When I watched it, I was like, wow, this guy's really got this really amazing intensity.
One of, as Ranbir, not even as Roy, Ranbir is touted as one of the actors to watch out for, etc.
Not watch out for, he's there.
He's there, right? Yeah. So what is so, you worked with the Khans, you worked with him. What is so unique about him on set?
He just pulls something from inside, and he comes very well prepared. Very well prepared. He knows exactly what it is that he wants to give to that part. And then the level of consistency that he maintains right through, you know.
And Jacqueline, who's now like looking, success does something to people, right?
Yeah,
because like
incredible.
Success is just, she was anyway pretty, but there's something happened to her.
Jacqueline is an actor. She's an actor. After Roy, people are going to look at Jacqueline in a totally different light.
And how's her Hindi? She's dubbing for herself?
She's not good in Hindi. She is not from India, so you cannot expect her to be good. She has worked very, very hard on it. And we've done a sync sound, which is synchronized sound, which is not like you have to go and dub.
So she's done, it's her voice?
It's her voice completely, and she has done it so beautifully. Yeah.
There's another thing for actors working opposite you, who, you know, because you're concentrating on your character, you want there to be a flow. Did that ever like kind of go, come on Jacqueline, just get it right? Did it, you know what
I used to do with Jacqueline is that for me, it was very important that we had a certain pace to the way we, said it. Jacqueline was kind enough as an actor to allow me to sit with her and to go through everything and rehearse as much as we could. She might not be fluent with the language, but to understand the emotion of what you're going to say and what is required from that scene, she gets it immediately.
So you've been here almost 15 years now. 2001 was your first release, but that you must have shot it like a year before, etc. So almost 15 years now. What do you absolutely love about this industry?
Oh, I think just to be able to go into a world and just lose yourself and create somebody new. I don't think there's any better experience than that.
And what is the part that you kind of just go, God, you got to hold your nose and do it? You know, I don't mean the acting part of it.
Yeah, but there's
the
a
industry.
lot. There's a lot that comes with it. You know, there's a lot of baggage. There's a lot of, people who just are into work for all the wrong reasons. And you encounter those people who just don't concentrate on work, but concentrate on everybody else's work more than their own. And I think that part is the worst part. And
you get caught up in it
that's
also?
a very, I think, Indian trait. You know, it's in our culture. It's an Indian culture.
But it's also when you're part of it. I mean, I've been part of it, and you kind of get sucked into that way of thinking sometimes till you go, I'm not going to be this
What
person.
happens is that because it's such a small industry still. There are, yes, many actors, there are a lot of new actors and lots of new talent that's come in, but still relatively compared to our nation and the population of our nation, our industry is still very, very small, you know, and everybody wants to become an actor or an actress or a director or an editor or a DOP, and everybody wants to be a part of this industry somehow. And they look at their barometer of success by somebody else's failure. You know what I mean? And that kind of gives them some kind of sadistic pleasure. And that's such a negative approach to have towards anything.
You've never been like this. You know the way you're saying them. Are you saying that even in your lowest, like most horrible, you've never been like, you've stayed away from this?
You know, one thing I always learned at a really young age was to be original, you know, and to be unique. And I think uniqueness is the blessing we all have. Okay, and we all lose it is when we try to become imitations of somebody or something. And that is one thing I really learned. And to blame somebody for something that goes wrong is just giving up your own power, indirectly insulting your uniqueness.
I got my cool avatar again because I got the coolest guy sitting here who's getting skinnier and skinnier.
So you've got the coolest shades on, which look really cool on you.
Okay, I'm going to throw a few tags at you. You're going to tell me why it sticks or why it doesn't, and a little explanation about it. So Arjun Rampal, the superstar.
Sticks.
Pourquoi?
Yes, come on.
Okay.
Done.
Yeah. Arjun Rampal, the actor. You have to do a little more explanation than just
stick it.
But have you always been Arjun Rampal, the actor? No.
No.
So let's talk a little bit about you and finding your groove as an actor.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh my God, that's like a lot of couches. It was just about, you know, opening a few locks up in your brain and finding opportunities where you got an opportunity to work with like-minded people. So I think it started really, I would say, with Farhan. When I was shooting for Dawn and just the way Excel works and, you know, just what they have and what they give you to work with. And then I went on to work with Ritupurna Ghosh on The Last Lear. And there suddenly, boom, something else exploded in my head, thanks to him, the way he told me to approach certain parts, you know, and not to take just a simple black or white kind of a route, to just explore the grayer parts of characters. With Om Shanti Om, I think, doing this big mega commercial film where...
But not playing the hot, sexy young person.
and I'm very... and hoping that it doesn't end up becoming those caricature-ish kind of, you know, villains that you kind of are so used to. Every filmmaker, when I came into this industry, was either making a triangle, a rectangle, you know, or a quadrangle, you know, and that was how films were described to you. A triangle was maybe one boy, two girls, or two girls, one boy. Okay, so it's a triangular love story. You know, a quadrangle was like two boys, two girls, you know, and then there's some complex...
were best friends.
Yeah, and then something, you know, and some misunderstandings. And
I've never heard the film industry described like this, but it makes perfect sense.
Yes, and no, but that's how they used to describe it. It's a triangle.
Acha, theek hai.
Triangle love story.
Got it.
Do ladki. And then you were supposed to reduce your price if you had two girls.
And did you?
Depended on the girls.
So if there was an Aishwarya and a Preeti, then you'd think about it.
I was free.
Meher.
And yeah, she gets the checks. Yeah,
she knows. Was like, you're definitely not free.
Yeah, she's like, oh my God, you got nothing for this one.
Moving on, the sexiest man. And no, or maybe I should do that this time.
Sexiest man, I don't know. That's not for me to say.
Do you think that your looks have been a part of, like, your success? Let's put it that way.
I guess I got noticed because of them. But finally, looks you can enjoy a nice-looking person on screen for, I would say, approximately exactly 5.5 minutes. And after that, you have to, you know, kind of do something. Otherwise, people are going to be sleeping out there in the theatre.
Do you have to worry about the fact that you're getting older, and, you know, do you worry?
You're talking to me?
Sorry. Okay. Obviously not.
No, age is wonderful. I think it's great, you know. We just know so much more. You experience so much more. There is a huge amount of gravitas that comes into you, and you've seen it. And so, yeah, I don't mind.
A devoted husband.
Sticks. I am devoted to my family. That's who I work for.
And all these rumors that are doing the rounds of, you know, Suzanne, you, Meher, why are they coming up, and how do you deal with it in your marriage?
You know, this question, it keeps coming up, and it's thrown so many times. It's so intrusive. I'll tell you why. Because... and it brings zero value. My answer will bring zero value to anything. Because whatever my answer is, and whatever happens in my personal life, does not affect the viewer who's watching this show at all. You know, it doesn't make a difference to their lives, doesn't make a difference to your lives, and doesn't make a difference to my life. So the value of this question, really, for me, is insignificant. So it's no point talking about it.
So tell me then the secret of keeping a Bollywood marriage, which is tougher than keeping... All marriages are tough, right? But keeping a Bollywood marriage intact, because you're on a public platform, you've got these kind of rumors that do the rounds.
A marriage, if it has to last, it will last. Anyway.
What is the secret of your and Meher's marriage?
I come from a family which is not from Bollywood. Right? My mother and father, were they together? No. They weren't. Were they happier separate? Sure.
And were you happier as a result?
So I happier as a child separate? Sure. I can speak about that, what I have experienced. So to focus on something, I don't know. I don't have answers for other people. each one has their own scenarios and their own relationships. They have to figure those out.
A fantastic lover.
See, I'm a Sagittarian, right? And
So was I.
yeah, and so I'm loyal. I'm lots of fun, and yes, I'm very adventurous.
Now, Boon Boon is a super sexy song. What's sexy we can see. What was the unsexy part about shooting underwater? The actual, like, you know, the...
Like, I thought I would, like, really see Jacqueline underwater really clearly. And you can't see shit. You can't see anything underwater. You know, you're keeping your eyes really open, and then suddenly you see that yourself in 1,000 frames looking blind as a bat, you know, groping in there.
And holding your breath.
And the chlorine in the eyes. Yeah. Holding the breath wasn't a problem. I have big lungs.
Okay,
So, yeah.
yes, big lungs.
Yeah.
Okay, on a closing note, we're going to do what you do best. You're going to do a bit of acting, silent acting. So it's like you're modeling and you're acting put together. I'm going to throw 2, 3 like very obvious emotions at you. That's your camera. And you're going to go for it. Maybe with or without glasses, depending on how you want to play it.
Okay.
So this one you can keep the glasses on.
All right.
Rugged musician.
Rock star, rugged musician.
Yeah, and you got to strike a pose like you would, right? And now a rock star, rugged musician, completely high on drugs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Super. Okay. For this, you might want to show your eyes. Angry, angry young man.
Angry.
So angry because the rock star, rugged musician just broke
Angry on a
your
red
favorite
couch.
guitar. Absolutely, desperately in love with Meher, love at first sight. Like, or anyone. Just total romance from your eyes. Looking at me and doing it. Okay, bye everyone. I think that's enough. Forget everything else. Do it again. That's it, we're done. Put the C in the ouch and the ing in the couch, and we got couching with Koel.